they had a like deliverance ministry event, and it was in England. Okay. Now, I remember this specifically. It's when Harry Potter was really becoming a big thing. Okay. And one of the things that the Alliance often talked about was their deliverance ministry, right? And with their priests being exorcist priests. So at this time, we had already been introduced to like what hexes are, what curses are, so on and so forth. I remember this is what got me, kind of clicked me to go to my novitiate on the next step. So myself and Sister O were at this event in England, and they were having people talk about what they dabbled in with their life, right? And so in England, there is a lot of like what they would call like witchcraft, or what they saw as witchcraft, like Reiki healing. There was the Harry Potter thing that took place, and these people were, some of them got involved in like voodoo, and like some pretty different things. And so I remember at that time, I was really wanting to like leave, like I was wanting to like go home. And it was more like I was internalizing this. Like I didn't really share it because I learned very quickly, be careful what thoughts you share, right?
Yeah.
So like I kind of learned that really quickly. But anyways, I'll never forget this. This lady was talking about how she dabbled into like voodoo. She dabbled into all this like witchcraft thing, because she was doing it, the voodoo, out of anger towards like this ex that she had. And I remember she was sharing her testimony. Okay. And at the end, I remember Father B did a long exorcism. Okay. It was my first time seeing it done in a public setting. Like we all had it when we were like internally in postulancy and so on and so forth. Right. And so one of the things that like we've mentioned over and over on this interview is talking about being in crisis, right? And talking about being hexed and being cursed. And they also used a term called being infested. So when you were
Yes.
infested, it means that you opened some part of your soul to where you're kind of playing with the devil, so to speak, right? And so during this long exorcism, he's going on and he's praying this in Latin. And I remember like literally saying to myself, like, I want to go home. Like, I don't think I'm meant to be here. Like, that was just my whole thought that kept like going over and over the whole time I was at this event, right? Like, I'm still there with a smile. And as they did this exorcism and they're praying, okay, it's the first time I ever see anything like it. This lady that was there started screaming at the top of her lungs, and she was holding her neck like this, screaming, and she was like 3 inches off the ground, pinned against the wall. Okay. And I got totally freaked out. And I was like, God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, whatever this is, I don't want to know. I just never want to do anything to jeopardize what's just happening. Like, it's the first time fear got embedded into me of like being possessed, right? Like, and for me, I was like, am I going crazy here? Like, is this lady really pinned against the wall if she off the ground? Like, there's no physical thing holding her there, right? And I remember afterwards, I went to Sister O and I was like, did you just see what I saw? Did you just see what I saw? Did you just see what I saw? Like I was panicking. And she's like, Like she was scared. Okay. So like after that, that was kind of that breaking point, that hold on me of like, okay, I need to get a little bit of this, like, I want to say rebellion, but like, I need to get it in check of like, okay, I don't ever want that to happen to me. That was the scariest thing that I ever witnessed. And they talked about that, right? They talked about like, if you leave or you get infested, like, they believe that they would teach us that mental facilities, psych wards, were not really people that had mental disorders. They were possessed by some type of spirit, right? So they they really incorporated in that fear of the devil, right? That fear of like being infested, that fear of, whatever it was, being possessed. And I just remember that was a turning point for me of like, okay, Lord, I promise I won't do anything, like just protect me from that. But that was where they got a stronger hold on me, was after that. And whatever that was or whatever I witnessed, and with Sister O telling me she saw it, that also scared me because I was hoping I just was imagining it, it wasn't a real thing.